Next up, we have Ann Cloete from the Dentistry Faculty or Department, Conservative Dentistry Department, and she's going to speak to us about something that they've started this year. It's also a new journey for them. And yes, so over to you.
All right, morning colleagues, and thank you. Thanks, Jill. Where are you? She said everything I had to say because I'm a health professional. Thank you, my job is done. I can now go. But no, sometimes dentistry or health faculties are a little bit slow when it comes to getting on board with anything because we're so focused on our clinical work, and just for us trying to get students focused on something different to what we embed in them, which is the clinical work. So I chose taking the final year dental students' clinical case portfolio from hard copy to soft copy, can also be from old school to new school. And we started it this year, and I'll give you a little bit of background. As Norina has said, I'm from the dental faculty, and I caretake the final year dental students. But it's more a collaborative team approach. So what we do is just a background. Our final year dental students, they provide a service at 2 sites, and that's at the Mitchell's Plain Oral Health Centre and Tigerville as well. And these students complete a multidisciplinary module, which I coordinate together with my colleagues called Clinical Dentistry, or CLD 512. And within this module, various clinical services are provided to the patients throughout the year. The module really intends to develop students' competencies in integrating knowledge that they've learned and insight they've gained from all the different modules throughout the entire dental curriculum. And it is really designed as well to help students develop a holistic approach to patient management and care, because sometimes it becomes very modular and they think in silos. So this particular module just tries to bring everything together, all right, and make it a little bit more patient-centered. So the requirements as well are the students are expected to collect clinical data for a case, be it a pediatric case or an adult case. And they have to document everything relating to the case, apart from the medical histories, social history, etc. They also need to include the radiographs, photographs, videos, treatment progress, challenges and successes. Our students have to then reflect on everything. So the treatment plan gets drawn up. They have to reflect on options so that they can discuss options with patients and patients make an informed decision. They have to motivate their treatment options from literature as well. And they're also expected to reflect on the treatment that was provided and evaluate the outcome of that treatment. And the documentation process is in the form of a diagnostic portfolio. And our previous portfolios used to be hard copy. And we don't have large classes. Well, to us it's large, 76 to 80 students, not really large in comparison to yours. So hard copies were what was available up until last year, all right? But the challenges with this, and the challenges to the students, financial cost, because the cost of clinical photographs, printing them in color on special paper, binding it, the clarity of those pictures, it wasn't a level playing field, because there are many of our students, as you all are aware at UWC, who aren't by the means to be able to do color printing, binding, etc., because our faculty doesn't offer that as a service to them. So you'd have the haves and the have-nots. Some of them would produce something that looks like a thesis, and others would have a stapled little color, black and white picture. Can we fault students on that? Absolutely not. Fairness? The answer is no. It wasn't fair. To the assessors, for assessment purposes, the assessor would have to be carrying these portfolios around and passing them around to various members of the panel. In the same way, these portfolios would get misplaced and you'd be hunting days finding someone's portfolio, and the poor external examiner would need to come a day before the time because she'd need to go through all these portfolios. So really, there were many challenges with hard copy. So this led to the development of e-portfolios, and together with Carolyn and the CIECT team, we decided on, without planning, to do 3 training sessions arranged during the year to equip our dental students for the task. And we did it, the entire class would have it done 3 times for the year, all right? Access to a CIECT member for assistance throughout the year. And as Jill has mentioned, always with a smile, never complaining when we ask the same questions over and over again. Access to a computer lab. We have at the dental faculty at both sites, we have a computer lab available to students. And because developing an e-portfolio and working on it, you need to have internet access. At those labs, we've provided that facility for students. Dedicated time was allocated weekly in our timetable for portfolio work sessions, because we were mindful that some students do not have internet and Wi-Fi at home. So we wanted to make it equal opportunity for everybody. And then weekly sessions to discuss developing this portfolio, etc. Provision of a mentor for students to also assist them. So we've tried to provide as much support as we can for the students developing this e-portfolio. For me, the e-portfolio really is underpinned by 4 of the 8 goals of the current IOP. Really, student experience, learning and teaching, research and innovation, and the UWC standing and profile. And just to unpack that a little bit, for me and for the students, it enhances, from a student experience aspect, enhances their learning opportunities by encouraging a little bit of a deeper student engagement with the learning in a reflective manner. We really need to, as practitioners, teach our students reflective practice. It provides the students the opportunity for meaningful engagement, not just with their peers, but with us as well. And it builds and enhances a supportive, inclusive environment where everybody is on the same playing field or learning platform. From a learning and teaching point of view, it promotes enhanced learning opportunities through innovative use of this technology. Develops an environment conducive to excellent learning to support our students for success. And from the research point of view, it's a valuable platform within education, because often we think with education there is no research capacity or component, but we're able to share, market and distribute information for purposes of increased research. Then finally, with the university standing, it has a direct impact on the university standing, because we can now showcase what our students' efforts are, both to the academic audience as well as to our community of practice. So unfortunately, I couldn't get any of our students to come along because they're writing exams. So I got their voices. They've told me a few of their challenges. I started off with that. And with their challenges, a lot of it was about the similar challenges I had, because I walked this walk as well, because I needed to create my own portfolio, teaching portfolio. And yes, it was a frustrating process in the beginning. So I understood these challenges. A lot of it is more about logistics and about color and the fact that they couldn't be overly creative. But for me as a clinician, it's a professional portfolio of evidence of the patient treatment. I don't want graphics all over the place in this particular portfolio. So I listened, I heard, and I'll take on board, and I forwarded some of the feedback to Carolyn so that we can chat about going forward what could be a little bit easier. What's important to me was the benefits, and this is their voice. And students were saying that they think that if other students have access to their portfolios, they could learn from it as well, from that particular case. someone likes the look of the portfolio, so they won't mind doing it again. I suppose it also saves money in terms of aesthetics. One doesn't need to print on fancy paper or bind the document. Another one is, again, on cost, unnecessary cost, because it's free, easy and cheap. And also, we allow them the time and the space to do it at the faculty. Okay, my time's nearly up. I'll finish off soon. I've given you the students' voice, now I'm giving you my voice. This was my challenges. My biggest challenge was just getting students excited about the process. There was moanings and groanings, and you'd swear you'd ask them to donate a kidney. But I said to them, I understood where they were coming from. But it's part of their journey. The other challenge was helping students understand the benefits of documentation. It's so important in our profession to document everything. And I think the penny will eventually drop when they leave the facility, realizing what the documentation is all about. Benefits for assessors, easy online access. We now can send to the panel of assessors all the portfolios, and everybody can, instead of waiting and handing it out. And also sharing the portfolios with the external examiner. The poor lady doesn't have to fly in a day before just to come and have a look. That's, in conclusion, just development of the diagnostic portfolio for us as dentists, for dentistry. We're always a little bit behind, is that it allows us to have more of a transformative effect on our undergrad educational efforts. And I'll end with what the university, at the heart of the university's mission is transformation. That's what we need to do. Yes, we're a little bit slow on it, but we're getting there. And that's done. I acknowledge Carolyn and her team as well, and the Deputy Dean Academic, because she's encouraged this process. I think if you have people who encourage you, you want to move forward with the process. And that's my story done. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Carol, for sharing on this new journey. I know the students need to present the portfolio soon, yes. So they're also presenting this assessment. And we hope to see what they've come up with. Yeah. The creativity. I know they say, some of them say they don't feel that it's so allows them for much creativity, but I'm sure there is some that will just blow your mind away. Yes. So thank you.
Thank you very much.